Hey everybody, Justin from frugalsnobs.com. What's up YouTube, and happy Cinco de Mayo 2019. As we record this video, I brought Christina with me. Say hello.
Hello.
So we thought we would continue our review of the banknote series from the Bank of Mexico as part of the YouTube channel. And again, it's Cinco de Mayo. We have reviewed the 1, the 5, and the 10 peso note from this series of banknotes printed between 1957, I believe, and the mid-1970s. So we're on to the 20 peso note.
Yes.
So front side of the note, and by the way, folks, if you haven't checked out the other videos and subscribed, one, you should subscribe. But two, I wanted to point out that these notes are roughly the size of a U.S. banknote, U.S. dollar, right? The designs are similar to that of a U.S. dollar with some intricacies built in for anti-counterfeiting measures, etc. And we'll get to a couple of those here in a moment, as well as an interesting feature of the note that Christina noticed on the back of the note. So we'll get to that here in a second. Is that fair?
Yes.
All right, so the front side of the note features another personality.
Yes.
Who's the personality on the front side of the note?
She was called La Corre Giodora, also known as Josefa Dominiques.
Gotcha. So was she basically a national of Spain that changed her citizenship to Mexican citizenship?
Yes, she did that in 1821.
And she hosted the meeting in her own home to basically rise up against the Spanish authorities in Mexico?
Yeah, King Ferdinand VII.
Gotcha. And she was also imprisoned to interrogate her and
to get more information.
Yes, to extrapolate information from her.
Yes.
So basically, I guess she would be considered a Mexican patriot to a degree.
Yes.
Is that correct? So I just wanted to point out, folks, as a U.S. individual and a Caucasian individual, I am ignorant to much of Mexican history, even though I live in Puebla, Mexico for a while. So a lot of this information is really interesting to us, so we do appreciate it. The front side of the note also features details that are probably designed for anti-counterfeiting purposes.
Yes.
So intricacies on
It
the
goes
note.
from red to green, and then the swirling is green, blue, and red. And then it goes back to red again.
Gotcha. But you can definitely see the influences of the U.S. dollar in this note.
Oh, absolutely.
Is this another note that was printed by the American Banknote Company?
It was.
Okay, so I also pointed this out on the other videos, folks, that oftentimes, especially when series of banknotes are released, many times central banks will issue an order for printing of banknotes outside of the country of issue. In this case, the American Banknote Company, based out of, I believe, New York State, if I'm correct, but I'll have to do some research, printed apparently these notes for issue by the Bank of Mexico, the Mexican Central Bank, basically in Mexico from 1957 through the mid-70s. And this is the first run, like I said, of banknotes from a United Bank of Mexico. And to my knowledge, peso notes up to this point were probably issued by more independent or regional banks.
Yes.
Or state banks within Mexico. So, okay, can we flip to the back side of the note?
I'll say just one quick note on the front. This is actually very low serial, too.
I see.
Because it's the letter and then 00.
Ah. Yeah,
so that's another cool thing about this note, at least.
It's also in very good condition. You bought this note also at auction, so you're very happy with that, as you can hear, folks. So if we flip over to the back side of the note features on the back side, basically, we will basically not make everyone go through the torture of our gringo Spanish here.
Yes.
But it is essentially the Mexican Supreme Court.
Yes.
Okay, featured on the back side of the note. But Christina, you noticed something very interesting about the note. It's almost like it's embossed.
Yeah.
On the note.
The printing is almost embossed, like where it's white or the cream color for the bill is down, but then the ink is raised on the actual note, and it has red stamps on it, unlike the 10, which had orange.
Gotcha. So basically, it's a tactile feature as well as an anti-counterfeiting feature, most likely, in terms of the embossing effect on the note.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, folks, we're going to wrap this up since we have more notes to review in this series. As I mentioned, folks, you can check out the channel for other currency review videos, as well as a review of the 1, 5, and 10 peso notes from the same series. Till we speak again, folks, subscribe while you're here. It helps us out. Be well. Never pay retail.